For headline-grabbing details of the Petraeus scandal lies the former CIA director's role in the ongoing Benghazi investigation. Now that Petraeus is going to be testifying. So what can we expect to hear from him? Joining me now is Congressman Jason Chaffetz, one of the biggest critics of the Obama administration's handling of the Benghazi attack. What do you want to know on the House side? I know the Senate has its own concerns.
Well, I'd love to know from the president, back on June 6th, when there was a terrorist attack on our Benghazi facility, was the president aware of that? What did he do about it? And then during the attack itself, it does not appear, based on the information the Department of Defense revealed on Friday, that the president took any action or gave any directive for our military to go in and engage in the firefight and extract our forces. And then the third part I want to know about is, why did the president mislead the American people about what happened on the ground? Because it was clear that the intelligence officers, the State Department, was able to witness this in real time. There was no indication that there was a mob. There's no indication that a video was the genesis of this. Why did the administration for weeks mislead the American people?
Well, they claim they were not misleading the American people, that it was a work in progress. They were basing it on the initial intelligence assessments.
And I would beg to differ. There's nothing I see in the initial intelligence efforts that suggest that the video was the genesis of it. I know what was happening in Cairo. I know that they were very concerned about that. But what is crystal clear is that immediately they knew, because they testified in the hearing we had before the election, that they were witnessing this in real time, and that all of those indications were that this was a very orchestrated, very sophisticated attack on the compound that went on for hours and hours and hours. This was not a mob gone wild. It was not a video that was sparking this spontaneously.
And Congressman, you've had your own hearings with Darrell Issa, and there have been complaints from the Democratic ranking members that they were not involved in either the witness lists or the briefings by the witnesses or questioning leading into it. What do you think of Senator McCain and Senator Graham, who are calling for a select committee, which would be perhaps a joint committee, House and Senate, bipartisan, bicameral, to have one group like a Watergate panel or an Iran-Contra panel to look into Benghazi?
The first part of your question, I would beg to differ. The Democrats were there when I visited, for instance, with Eric Nordstrom. We were there hand in glove together. They did get to participate in our witness list. But the second part of your question, I think the Senate is moving in the right direction. I think there is a concern that if you stovepipe this and you have so many different committees trying to interview individuals, you don't get the full picture. And so I support what Senator McCain, Lindsey Graham, Kelly Ayotte are doing. I think that probably is the right direction.
Congressman, thank you so much. Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks, Andrew. Thank you.
And we're only